Welcome back to another video on a behind the sound. Today's video is all about the Ferrari 355 GTS. Absolutely stunning spec, absolutely stunning car. And what we're doing is something incredibly special, guys. This is something that has never been done in the history of Ferrari upgrades. In terms of what we've got is we've got custom door cards. We've also got a stock location for the tweeter going in. Plus, we're actually adding a sub into the vehicle as well. I'm going to be going through everything. These videos are all about showing you guys what's involved behind the scenes, what actually gets done on a car like this, on a system like this, and hopefully you enjoy the video. Hopefully you've subscribed to the YouTube channel already so you don't miss any other videos of this car, but also some other behind the sound videos that we've got posting up very soon. In terms of inside the vehicle, let's start off with actually inside here. So inside the boot, front boot luggage space area here, there's quite a lot of space. What we're doing in this space is actually adding in two amplifiers. We've got the Audison Voce Quattro amplifier and an Audison Voce Uno. Basically, they're a 4-channel and a 1-channel, in essence, creating a 5-channel. Basically, the 4-channel is running the Audison Thesis sacs in the door. Basically, the Audison Thesis sacs are one of the highest spec 6.5-inch drivers that you guys can buy on the market. It's actually the same system that we've got going into a couple of other cars in my workshop currently, but also live in my demo car as well. So that's been going to the door, but if you know your Ferraris, you can't fit those into this stock location. What we're doing is building a custom door card, but in a really special way. We're actually building it in a way that kind of just takes the next level and then sets it another level higher. Basically what we've got is actually the door at the moment on the GTS. If you know your Ferrari 355 GTS, the door kind of forms down and then goes into like this blue carpeted area. All we're going to be doing is basically pulling that blue carpeted area forward slightly, allowing for enough room for the Audison Thesis sacs. In the finished video, plus other videos, when we start on the door cards properly, we're going to be going through a little bit more about how they go in, because that is an incredible achievement by our team. Then inside, that's all inside the door. The amplifiers are going to sit into that front location up there, and then we've actually got a processor. The processor we're using is an Audison Nove processor, and that will be sitting where the disc changer is in that far corner, the silver panel there. But the two amplifiers are going to sit in there, and then the actual factory toolboxes are going to sit around our amplification stage in the front. Then we've got the spare tyre that actually goes in on top of it all. So literally we're working around the space that's actually in there. In terms of inside the vehicle, what we're actually doing, so the door cards are partially stripped and the interior is actually stripped down partially as well at the moment. I don't know if you can see that very well, it's a bit dark under there, but that is actually the Audison Prima 8-inch sub. That's actually built into a very custom sub box. That's probably the most unique sub box that we've ever had to use, done and make, to basically allow it to fit into kind of a stock location as such. So which you won't be able to take up any room for your footwell or anything like that. It's actually gone sort of built around factory panels, but goes behind the pedals, it goes up underneath the dash, it goes all over the places. We're a very strange design of a sub box. However, the volume is correct. It's going to perform really nicely, and also we've achieved something that nobody else has ever done. So that's an 8-inch sub live directly in that area. What we've also done is actually in this stock location behind the grills on the dashboard, so just here, we're going to be housing the Hertz Mille Legend tweeter. That's going to be involving using some 3D printed elements. We're going to be designing, fabricating stuff in-house to actually allow them to secure in there, perform really nicely. It's actually a really good location because of the way the dash forms. It kind of bends towards the interior to the driver, so they're actually kind of on axis anyway, so we didn't have to do massive amounts of custom A-pillar work or anything like that to achieve sonically a really good sound in the vehicle. So they're going to actually be pretty much directed using those 3D printed elements, using that bespoke build of that what we have and the ability that we have here to basically allow that, direct that to the actual driver itself, and it's going to sound absolutely savage. So what we've got in here is going to be custom door cards to allow for the Audison Thesis sacs. We've got the Hertz Mille Legend tweeter. You may be thinking, yes, we've got a couple of different brands in here, the Audison Prima range, the Audison Voce range, we've got Thesis range, and we've got the Hertz Mille Legend range. We've got quite a few different brands in here. Reason for that is because I tailor every single system to the car the customer, the music choice, loads of stuff goes into what we're looking to achieve, what the customer is looking to actually have as a physical changing to the vehicle, whether he wants to change or not, but also looking at sonically what we can actually achieve with the vehicle. And certain products will behave better in certain environments, certain products will perform better, certain products will fit what that customer is after, and that's all booked in via an audio consultation. This customer actually doesn't live in the UK at all. So what we've done is actually gone through pretty much everything via FaceTime. Sat down with the customer and we did the full audio consultation via FaceTime. We've actually got another vehicle here of his as well, and I'm sure he's going to be over the moon, and we've been updating the customer with pictures, videos, all the stuff behind the scenes to make sure he knows the level of care, level of detail that we're doing on the system. In terms of why the seats are all out and everything at the moment, because they're actually being sent away to be repaired by Simon at Cambridge Concourse. So he's actually doing the full restoration of the interior while it's all out, while we're doing our bits on the vehicle. So that's quite a nice thing the customer wanted as well. We know Simon at Cambridge Concourse, he does a fantastic job, and we've sent all those parts over to him. He's doing the repair. As soon as he's done with them, they'll come back in, and hopefully that will marry up time-wise for us to get that back in and place everything back into the vehicle. So in terms of the unit, the actual head unit that's in the vehicle at the moment, that's actually being replaced with the Blaupunkt Bremen unit. Basically, that Bremen unit allows for a feature basically of digital radio. We've also got Bluetooth streaming. It's also, the main thing that it's got on here is the fact that it's actually got kind of like a matte finish, which is going to suit this vehicle so well. It's got USB functionality, SD card, Bluetooth streaming, Bluetooth hands-free, loads of stuff live directly in on that unit. So that's going to look really nice. That's going to be the source of actual music playing from your phone and everything like that. That basically links directly into signals go directly from what's called high level into the processor. The processor basically cleans everything up, tidies all the signals up, tidies all the stuff up, then corrects everything inside that via a computer that we use. And then what happens is actually that then goes into the amplification stage. Amplification stage, so we've got the Audison Voce Quattro and the Audison Voce Uno. So the 5 channels will basically run a fully active system, giving us loads of control on the computer via the processor when we're running fully active, because fully active basically means that each channel on an amplifier runs directly to individual components in the vehicle. So we've got the 4 channel, basically first channels 1 and 2 are running the tweeters, the Hertzmeter Legend, then 3 and 4 are running the Thesis sax in the door, and then the 5th channel of the Audison Voce Uno is running the 8-inch Prima sub underneath the compartment underneath the dashboard there. So fully active basically means we get a lot more control. Sonically, we get a lot more power as well, which is really nice. So overall, that's going to absolutely rock. We can correct everything. We can change the way the sound actually is delivered in the vehicle. We can customize that to a customer's list of songs that he's given us, and we can change that all via a computer, which is insane. Plus also what we're doing is doing a bit of repair work, obviously with Simon at Cambridge Concourse, for the top bolster panel, the seats, a couple of other bits and pieces on the vehicle. But at the moment, the sub box is pretty much being built. It sits in there, it's been test fitted. Then we're going to be recovering it all to make sure it all looks pretty behind the scenes. And then we're now going to be starting on the actual doors themselves, building out those door cards. And we'll probably do another video once the boys have started on that a little bit more. Plus also done a lot of the soundproofing work and the soundproofing treatment work that needs to go on behind the scenes of the door. If you actually look at this side of the door as well, which is quite cool, the reason why this is what it is basically because we've taken this apart because it gives us a lot more access to soundproof and actually structurally build the door up and out ready to house the Audison Thesis sax. You don't want to be putting in these equipment and just screwing them in. The Audison Thesis sax need to be really ideally be bolted to the door, and that's exactly what we're achieving by stripping a car down. It's still yet to be stripped down even further than this, but that's going to basically allow us to, in essence, bolt the speaker in essence to the door frame, but also soundproof a lot more of that door to give it basically a more solid effect, to make that Audison Thesis give a lot more mid bass and actually use it how it was actually designed to do. We're powering it correctly via something called the Audison Voce Quattro, but it's how you install it. And these products can be as good as they are, but if they're not installed properly, they just don't sound right. And that's exactly why customers travel all over the country, all over the world to us. They have their cars delivered all over the world to us to have their systems done, and this is no exception to that. It's going to be absolutely insane. I'm sure the customer's going to be over the moon with the finished product, the new interior, plus the overall sound upgrade. Plus it's going to be a relatively stock look, but also have a couple of subtle changes, a bit like the door cards, but if you weren't looking for it, you kind of wouldn't know it was there. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. You've seen initial stage one on the Ferrari 355 GTS, what we've upgraded it with, and also what's actually a little bit more involved on the vehicle. I'm going to be going through probably another maybe 1 or 2 stages, depending on how we go, how much time we get to actually film a little bit more on as the door cards get built, but also how the interior goes together, the radio upgrade that we're doing, plus also the amplification stage in the front, which is going to be rather special too. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button below and stay tuned for more behind the sound videos on upgrades that we're carrying out day in and day out. So thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.